All right, we have a 1953 King Liberty 2B. Let's see what this bad boy looks like in here. All right, cool. Ooh. Right, JJ? Excited about this one? All right, cool. So we're gonna do a play test on this one, and we'll see how this one sounds. What's up, my dear friends of the world? Paul the Trombonist here, and I'm really excited for this video. In this video, I'm going to demo a vintage King 2B Liberty trombone from 1953. So I'm very excited about this one. So if you're new here, my name's Paul. I love the trombone. I talk about the trombone. I play trombone. So if you enjoy the trombone, don't forget to subscribe and hit like and engage with this so you can be sure to be notified when other videos pop up like this. Let's talk a little bit about the history of the 2B. So the 2B started off is the Liberty model, and that happened in about 1935. And the Liberty model trombone was a 481 bore 7 1/4 inch bell. It stayed that way until 1938, and then they rebranded it as the 2B, the Liberty Model 2B. Sizes were the same. From my understanding, they just changed the name of the branding, okay? It was like that until 1963, and in 1963, they changed the size a little bit to 7.375 inch bell and a 491 bore. So the bore size got a little bit bigger in 1963. So any 2B before 1963, from my understanding, is that it's a little different sizes. So this one is the 481 bore, 7 1/4 inch bell. Now, what happened then? Well, from about 1963 to 1965, it was like that. And then they changed, I think they got rid of the word Liberty and just called it the 2B. They went to a 481, 491 dual bore, so that means that the slide changed on one end and the other end, the dual boards. It changes size. And the bell size, 7 to 3/8 diameter. So if it's a later 2B, the size is gonna be a little bit different than it is here. So very interesting. It'd be interesting to compare the newer ones with the older ones and everything. So that's different than the 3B. So if you saw my video on the 3B has not changed at all. It's the same. Maybe the only thing that changed was the counterweight, maybe the alloy and the brass. But as far as the actual size, the 3B stayed the same, but the 2B changed. Who are some of the trombone players that we love and admire that play the 2B? So off the top of my mind, one of my favorite trombone players ever, John Allred, plays the 2B, or he has in the past. I've seen him play it on many recordings. Tommy Dorsey made the 2B famous. He played the 2B and really was one of the people that put King trombones on the map. I've seen my buddy Alex Isles play the King 2B. Jiggs Wiggum played a vintage 2B earlier in his career, and then he came up with his own model, which is a little different, called the Jiggs Wiggum model. Jack Teagarden played 2B. Herbie Green had been known to play the 2B. Larry O'Brien played a 2B. Charlie Marillis plays a 2B. Trummy Young, Bob Havens from Lawrence Welk played a 2B. George Masso, Lawrence Brown 2B. So those are just some of the players off the top of my mind. I know I missed some, so if I missed anybody and you know of them that played the 2B, go ahead and put it in the comments so we can make sure that they get a shout out. Okay, so we're gonna demo this one, and then you're gonna let me know what your thoughts are about this instrument, and we're gonna have a good time here today. All right, so let's do this. All right, so what did you think about how this trombone sounds, plays, and all of that? What I noticed is it's very quick to get around and it's really responsive. It feels much differently than the 3B if you saw my 3B video. The 3B has an advantage of being able to adapt into almost any setting. It could even sound orchestral. It also has a really interesting edge on the articulation. It has a nice attack on the articulation, and it creates a very beautiful lyrical quality. One of the things that I notice about it is just how fast it is to get around. Things that were normally much more work on other trombones were not much work at all on this. So I'd actually be interested to see what the Jigs Wiggum plays, because I even heard that the Jigs Wiggum model is even more responsive and lighter than this, which is actually crazy. But this one, much more responsive than other horns. I enjoyed that. It feels good. It sounds good. I love this trombone. This is one of my new favorite trombones that I've ever played, is the 2B. What do you think about the sound? Do you think the sound is good? Let me know. And if you haven't downloaded your free trombone sound guide on what I've learned over the years on how to develop a trombone sound, I put that in the description. You can download that. It's totally free. Just go ahead and click that. And I appreciate y'all tremendously. So this is Paul the Trombonist signing off.